Hello and welcome to game week number 24 of the Premier League. There.
Liverpool are the champions for their people, with their people. Declan Rice, it's a ripper. Marvellous, that's magnificent.
The young guns of Chelsea claim the Champions League prize.
Newcastle will be playing Champions League football again. Now, 20 times the champions of England, Liverpool.
Has been a shift at the top. The bottom is getting closer. Find all what happens in game week 24 next. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan 10 at checkout. Peace. Yes, hello and welcome to game week 24. Arsenal's gap at the top has gone down to 4 points after an interesting game, which we'll discuss in a moment or two. But let's see who will close that gap to the Arsenal next. And we're going to start on Saturday at 3 p.m. No tea time, no lunchtime game or Friday night game this week. We're going to start like we have done before with Brighton and Hove Albion versus Everton. Now, in the last game, Everton drew 1-1 against Leeds on Monday night, thanks to another goal from Tina Barrington. And Brighton did lose 2-1 to Fulham. Two late goals from Fulham in that game. I mean, to be fair, I can see this being a really interesting game. I can see it being a 2-1 victory to Brighton and Hove Albion. We were meant to have Ollie, but he has had a massive chest infection all week, so we've got such an emergency guest. Thank you to Harry for stepping up short notice. And Harry, welcome to the channel again, mate, and your score prediction for Brighton beat Everton. Now we go.
So here are my Premier League predictions for game week 24. Thank you very much, firstly, for having me to the first game. Being Everton, both sides are weird. Brighton, I think, generally underperforming. Everton, I just feel it's a case of, the half-hearted fighting for, Europe, but half-hearted fight. I think both teams are not too far each other in the table and go 1-1.
To Leeds United versus Arsenal. Now Arsenal played against Manchester United and lost. We'll get on to United in in a few games time. But Arsenal have had their lead cut to 4 points, and against a Leeds team who do look in very decent form now. They do sit a point. They only sit 6 points above West Ham now in that drop zone places. But I think Leeds do look very good, and this game could have another massive bearing on which way this title will head. Will it head to London, or will it head to Manchester, or to the Midlands? It's going to be a last fun 10 games or so, boys. Last 15. 2-1. No, 2-2 draw between Arsenal and Leeds. And Harry, what are you saying in this game?
An Arsenal, no 12:30 p.m. game, which is interesting. Sorry I sound like this, currently battling the flu. Usually sound, a lot better than that. Not like Mickey Mouse, like I currently do, but for, Leeds United, another big game. Their results have been better recently. Arsenal also will be looking to bounce back, for that defeat against Man United. Very rarely do Arsenal concede 3 goals at home, let alone lose, any game. So, huge shock for them. Of course, United very good. Arsenal lacklustre. They'll be looking to respond, and even Arsenal in Europe, I know they made changes, but they weren't exactly convincing in their 3-2 win. I think Leeds win this 2-1 to add to Arsenal's blows and really put pressure on them. And perfect start to the weekend for Manchester City in particular. Before I even keep the ball.
Now we go to bottom of the table, Wolverhampton Wanderers against AFC Bournemouth. Now, Wolves lost 2-0 to Man City, and they may potentially be losing Jørgen Strand Larsen to Crystal Palace. They lost Cunha. They might be losing Strand Larsen as well. But however, they're playing against a Bournemouth team who are still trying to get used to life without Antoine Semenyo. But they have Amini Adli to thank for a 90 plus. A 90 plus, what was it? A 90 plus 6? Oh, God. A 90 plus 5th minute equaliser against Liverpool to win them that game. Honestly, that game was filled with late goals in that game. And I can only see it going the way here of AFC Bournemouth. By 3-0. Will Bournemouth keep up their form and bring themselves back into that midfield table top half battle? And Harry, what are you saying in this game? We know
some Bournemouth look like it turned a corner recently, look a little bit better after beating Tottenham, a couple of wins here and there. Liverpool picking up points as well in other games, picking up more points now at home as well. Wolves, I think, will win this 2-0. I think Wolves are a different side in 2026 and will look to respond to their defeat as expected against City. Brighton
now go to the game at 5:30. It's in London. It's Liam Wastagnon's Chelsea versus Nuno's West Ham. Now West Ham have obviously going to be losing Lucas Paqueta back to Brazil. He wanted out, and he's got his wish. He's heading to Flamengo back in Brazil. West Ham have signed a couple of good players. Adama Traore has now gone to West Ham to see what will happen with that team and Chelsea. Now, in the last game, won 3-1 against Crystal Palace, thanks to goals from Esteval, João Pedro, and Enzo Fernandez. Yes, this Chelsea currently sit 4th in the league, but from United and filth to, let's say, Liverpool in 6th. There's 2 points. There's like 3 points. It's dead close, and I can see it being a very close game. I can see it being a 2-1 victory to Chelsea. And Harry, what are you saying at Stamford Bridge?
Chelsea and West Ham, every game's the final right now for West Ham, but Chelsea look really good under Mourinho. He's brought that team building, team bonding. It's been absolutely fantastic since coming in and come under the radar. Maybe the job that he's doing. I think Chelsea will get another win under him and go 2-1 to Chelsea.
We head to Anfield and to Liverpool versus Newcastle at 8 p.m. Now, Newcastle have not had. They're now without their main man. They have now lost another game. They sit 9th. They're losing tabs. They are only 3 points off Europa League spots. To be fair, I mean, anything's possible in this game, and against a Liverpool team who honestly been involved in that mental game at the Heading to the Dead. I'm going to say in this game, it will be close. It will go the way of Liverpool just by 3-2. Can they do what they have been done by Bournemouth to do? Howie, what are you saying in this game?
Liverpool and Newcastle then, this is a tough one to call. Newcastle strong in Europe. Will they be tired from that? Of course, both involved in Europe, though, it's important to know. I think this is a draw, 2-2. Both clubs get frustrated, by that result, probably.
We now head to Sunday, and we're starting with Aston Villa and Brentford. Now, Villa haven't won against Newcastle for the first time, winning in St James's Park for the first time in ages. They now sit second, 4 points behind Arsenal, and against a Brentford team who lost to Nottingham Forest, who are playing well at the moment. And I think that Villa will want to respond again with a 3-1 victory. Ollie, Tammy Abraham and Douglas Luiz are back at Villa Park. Will they make an appearance today? Will they make an appearance on Sunday? They might do. And Harry, what are you saying? At Villa Park, we now head.
Villa and Brentford, this is a tough one. I'm going to go with 4-1 to Villa. I think it'll be a couple of disappointing results in a row for Keith Andrews' Brentford side. They look very good, but the reality is you mark Kevin Sharda and Ego Thiago out the game. You stop Brentford. It's as simple as that. I think Villa are going to fight for the title. I do think they'll fight. I don't think they'll win it. I think they'll fight. I do think Villa get top 3, despite Unai Emery saying they're not top 5 contenders just a couple of weeks ago. United
to Manchester United versus Fulham. Now, like I mentioned, the boys did win against Arsenal by 3-2. But however, Patrick Dorgu, yes, is going to be out up to 10 weeks with a hammy injury that he pulled against Arsenal. But 2 stunning goals, one of them from Patrick Dorgu himself, and the other one from our Brazilian maestro, Mateus Cunha. 2 fantastic goals, and not to mention Brian Mbeumo striking the first half to get us level after London winning the game with a goal against a Fulham team who I know snouts. Harry Wilson snapped a 90-plus second-minute winner against Brighton. A free kick it was, but I think we can go. Can we go back to back to back? I want to say we can do it. It will be not as difficult as it'll be easier, but not as difficult. I think it'll be difficult, but not too difficult. 2-1 Manchester United. Harry, what are you saying at Old Trafford? We head.
and Fulham then, tough one to call as well. I think United get 3 wins in a row under Carrick. Fulham look a lot better in 2026 under Marco Silva, and go with 3-1 to Man United.
2 Fifth City Ground and 2 Nottingham Forest versus Crystal Palace. Now Palace are in all sorts of bother. Still lost to Chelsea, losing a lot more games, and first obviously winning last time out. And I honestly, they're going that Mateta wants out. They're going to try and get something that goes a bit up in the air with Van Arsene. But I do think that Forest will want to pull away from West Ham even more. The gap at the moment between those 2 teams is 5 points. It can extend or shrink later on in this weekend. I'm going to go with a Forest win by 2-1. And Harry, what are you saying in this game?
Forest and Palace, I think pressure will be added on Oliver Glasner and Crystal Palace. I think Forest will follow it up with a win 2-1. But after playing in Europe, the pressure, of course, will be on Forest.
Head to the game at 4:30, and it is one of the best games we have. One that always provides goals. It's at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Tottenham Hotspur versus Man City. Now, let me just 2-2, 3-3. Couple of games recently in the past have been goal fests. Tottenham do 2-2 to Brighton and to Burnley in the Premier League, thanks to a Christian Romero late minute equaliser to again put them and against a Man City team who obviously got back to winning ways against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Antoine Semenyo, 3 games, 3 goals. He has taken to life at Man City incredibly. Really, what do I say? I'm going to say there'll be goals in this game. You're with Man City Spurs, you are guaranteed at least 2, if not more than that, goals. I'm going to say 3-3 in this game. Yes, a 3-3 draw. And Man City will miss up a chance to go a point behind Arsenal. And Harry, as a Spurs fan, mate, are you saying goals or no goals at all?
2 games a week, it's tough for them to deal with. Tottenham love an annual win against Man City, home and away in particular. Like home, where this game is at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, so that benefits Spurs, but also get results at the Etihad as well, so not huge. Excuse me. In this one, tough to call, even despite Spurs' kind of dominant history in this game recently, anyway, recent years. But I still think the City, you can't write them off, you can't discount them. I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs, though. I think they follow up their win against Frankfurt and, ease the pressure on Thomas Frank.
There you go. The last game. It's at the Stadium of Light. It is for Sunderland versus Burnley. Now, Sunderland played against West Ham and surprisingly lost. 3 down by half time. But honestly, Brian Robbie Keaton's going goals, however, and Burnley drew 2-2 to Tottenham Hotspur. Burnley have taken points off 2 of the so-called top 6. Well, I'm saying that Spurs currently sit 14th in the league, but yeah, the principle's still there though. Yeah, and I'm going to go. Sunderland will want to respond back with a victory with a 2-0. And Harry, for the last time, what are you saying in this game?
Lastly, we're going to run out of breath here. Sunderland and Burnley 0-0 for me. I don't think that game will deliver at all. So apologies the way that I'm speaking. It's like Mickey Mouse, but thank you very much. Those are my predictions for Game Week 24.
And that will bring Game Week 24 to an end. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in a couple of hours for the Women's Super League 1. Until then, what will happen with the league? Will the gap remain 4? Will the gap have closed to 1? Will the bottom be closer? Will we have any more idea on who will get that Champions League spot? See that out and a lot more in the next game. But until then, what will happen at the top? Will it be a point? Or will it be 4 points? Goodbye for now.